House Judiciary Committee, Donald Trump Jr. was totally set up by Loretta Lynch and the DOJ by Rebecca O'Donnell for Guerrilla News. A group of House Republicans has gathered secretly for weeks in the Capitol in an effort to build a case that senior leaders of the Justice Department and FBI improperly and perhaps criminally mishandled the contents of a dossier that describes alleged ties between President Donald Trump and Russia, according to four people familiar with their plans. A subset of the Republican members of the House Intelligence Committee, led by Chairman Devin Nunes of California, has been quietly working parallel to the committee's high-profile inquiry into Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election. They haven't informed Democrats about their plans, but they have consulted with the House General Counsel. The people familiar with Nunes's plan said the goal is to highlight what some committee Republicans see as corruption and conspiracy in the upper ranks of federal law enforcement. The group hopes to release a report early next year detailing their concerns about the DOJ and FBI, and they might seek congressional votes to declassify elements of their evidence. That final product could ultimately be used by Republicans to discredit Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into whether any Trump aides colluded with Russia during the 2016 campaign, or possibly even to justify his dismissal, as some rank-and-file Republicans and Trump allies have demanded. The president has said he is not currently considering firing Mueller. Republicans in the Nunes-led group suspect the FBI and DOJ have worked either to hurt Trump or aid his former campaign rival, Hillary Clinton, a sense that has pervaded parts of the president's inner circle. Trump has long called the investigation into whether Russia meddled in the 2016 election a witch hunt, and on Tuesday his son Donald Trump Jr. told a crowd in Florida the probes were part of a rigged system by people at the highest level of government who were working to hurt the president. The sources familiar with the separate inquiry said it was born out of steady building frustration with the Justice Department's refusal to share details of the way the Trump dossier was used to launch the FBI's investigation of his campaign team last year, or whether it was the basis for any court-ordered surveillance of Trump associates. The group is relying on the same documents and testimony provided by top Obama administration officials such as former Acting Attorney General Sally Yates, former Attorney General Loretta Lynch, and former UN Ambassador Samantha Power, who were grilled as part of the Intelligence Committee's broader Russia probe. It's unclear how many members of the Intelligence Committee are participating in the side effort. Lawmakers on the full committee interviewed by Politico refused to discuss it. "I don't talk about what we do behind closed doors," said Representative Mike Conway, who's leading the Intelligence Committee's bipartisan Russia probe. "I'm not going to talk about that," said Representative Peter King, another member of the panel. A congressional aide with knowledge of the meeting said Representative Trey Gowdy was not among the participants. While he does believe the FBI and DOJ have recently made decisions worth looking into, he is and will always be a defender of the FBI and DOJ and the special counsel, the aide said. Nunes's office declined to comment about the effort, but he has aired his suspicions about the law enforcement agencies before. "I hate to use the word corrupt, but they've become at least so dirty that who's watching the Watchmen, who's investigating these people," he said in a Fox News interview earlier this month. "There is no one." DOJ and FBI officials also declined to comment. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein defended the FBI and Mueller's team at a recent hearing on Capitol Hill. The special counsel investigation is not a witch hunt, he said. Representative Adam Schiff, the top Democrat of the House Intelligence Committee, said he wasn't aware of the Nunes effort, but said it fit with what he sees as an increasingly destructive bent in Republicans' rhetoric and actions. Stock monster. Breaking House Judiciary Committee now says Donald Trump was totally set up by Loretta Lynch and the DOJ.
Kind of problem we've had for 8 years. It's getting better, but we're not there yet,
so,
and we have got to have answers.
Let me, the big question and the big concern is that the FBI might have used that dossier.
Exactly. Not only that, Trish, but also, don't forget, they probably used the meeting between Donald Trump Jr. and the Russian lobbyists that didn't have a valid visa that Loretta Lynch had to specifically approve so she could come in and meet with Trump. He was totally set up. There was nothing to benefit like they had promised to help him with the campaign. And so we realized, uh-oh, since they'd been denied the warrant by the FISA court the first time, now they come in, see Donald Trump Jr.'s meeting with these questionable Russians that Lynch approved, of course. And then you've got this dossier. This is too much. I think they use both, but we got to see. We need the answers to know.
Congressman, I'm amazed by that because I got to tell you, this thing was floating out there. Journalists had seen it, organizations had seen it, and nobody published it until...
I think what we are seeing in our committee is an effort to attack the Department of Justice, an effort to attack the FBI, to attack Bob Mueller. Is an effort to undermine the investigations in these institutions out of fear of what they'll find and try to discredit them in advance, he said. It's a pernicious thing to do that will ultimately inflict long-term damage on these institutions. This is what Peter Schiff said. Yeah, Adam Schiff is sorry, Peter. The Nunes-led group is the latest evidence of an increasingly toxic and bruising confrontation between Republicans on Capitol Hill and the highest ranks of the justice system. Some Hill Republicans are irate about the Justice Department's refusal to provide more details about its investigation of Trump's associates' ties to Russia. They're also frothing over the FBI's handling of the Trump Russia dossier, which GOP lawmakers have openly mocked as discredited and disproven. In recent weeks, GOP lawmakers have berated top Justice Department officials and threatened to hold them in contempt of Congress, and a couple of rank-and-file members described ongoing investigations of Trump associates in startling terms, including as a potential coup attempt. On Wednesday, Fox News reported that Nunes intends to subpoena senior FBI agents connected to the dossier. Yeah, it was a setup by Loretta Lynch and the DOJ, definitely. And they're still digging for things. It's done, and it's totally discredited at this point. Come on, really? And that which Donald Trump Jr. was a setup by Loretta Lynch and the Department of Justice, but it was done first. Hillary told him to do that. You get it? Hillary and Bill Clinton with that meeting on the tarmac too, right? Come on. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.